Brainiac roams the universe, collecting worlds and discarding what's left. Having thought he'd destroyed all that remained of Krypton, this tyrant's next target is Earth, in an attempt to finish what he started. Having a strong presence across multiple areas of the screen, you can establish dominance on the ground with your ranged normals, or control the air to force tricky mix-ups.
Your father's research drew me to Krypton.
Now I'm going to avenge him.
You shall suffer his fate.
113 is a fast-starting 3-hit string that's safe on block, good for checking the opponent with off a jump-in for little risk. 1-2 up 2 is a launching string that gives a full combo on hit. This is your go-to punisher off most unsafe attacks, but be careful using it too much on block as it is fully punishable. Back 1-2 is a mid-hitting string with fantastic range. Excellent for keeping your opponent in check, but you have to space it correctly, as once again, this string by itself is unsafe. The same goes for the back 1-2-3 overhead extension. 2-3-1+3 has fast startup and does good damage, a great way to end combos. Forward 2 down 1-3 is safe on block and it has good range, another useful string to poke at the opponent with, and the down 1 can be special cancelled, leading to combo potential if the low connects. Forward 1-2 is a low string that ends in a knockdown, great to check their feet, but has very little range. Finally, forward 2-3 is also safe on block, but on hit will end in a hard knockdown. You can use this to set up some tricky mix-ups that we'll go into later.
I never lose.
Earth's history suggests otherwise.
Down forward 2 is a tendril push that can be used on the end of ranged strings to keep distance on block. This causes a knockdown on hit, but the meterless version is unsafe. Use the meter burn version to be much safer and to poke more effectively. Down back 2 is a tendril thrash that can catch opponents out of the air. The meter burn version does far more damage, and both versions are a damaging way to end a combo against an airborne opponent. Back forward 3, the tendril charge causes Brainiac to lunge forward and hurl himself towards the enemy. It's your wake up attack, which works well to push the opponent away if they try and pressure you, and the meter burn extension is safe on block, giving you a safe wake up attack if you have the bar to do so. Your other two specials can only be performed in the air. Down back 1 midair, the tendril swing will fling Brainiac across the sky in 3 different directions depending on the direction that you're holding. This can either be done by itself or after a jump in, and is a deceiving way to navigate the air against an opponent trying to dominate the ground. Numenoid dive, or down back 2 whilst airborne, is a dive kick, knocking down on hit and granting a full combo on meter burn. The meter burn version is relatively safe in -8 with generous pushback, so it's a fantastic aerial option either by itself or after a mix-up.
Facing me is a fatal error.
Think I haven't planned for this?
Humans barely think at all.
Brainiac's character power is the Beta Barrage, a drone that appears on the screen and can attack in one of 2 ways. Trait by itself is a straight projectile. It acts as a projectile normally, but can also extend combos if trait is being held down and released at the right time. Pressing down and trait will cause the drone to drop a bomb. This can jail the opponent on block and allow combos on hit. Attacking higher in the air, this is a much better option on the opponent's knockdown, or to cover the ground as you advance in the air with tendril swing. One thing to bear in mind is that if you block or get hit, the Beta Barrage will disappear, so use this wisely in the neutral to prevent wasting your trait meter.
You fight like a noob.
An insult spawned by a simple mind.
A useful tool to advance with is how the back forward 3 charge is actually safe on block when you use it from max range. Up close, you can get punished, but hitting at max distance leaves you safe from any attack. Very useful for covering distance. Make sure you're using safe strings in the neutral, as most specials and strings are unsafe unless you spend bar. Forward 2 down 1-3 is a much safer approach on the ground, and 1-1-3 is safer off a jump in. Forward 2-3 in the corner allows for some deceptive corner mix-ups. The hard knockdown guarantees the beta bomb, which can allow you either mix-ups on the ground in forward 3 or forward 1, but also when you go into the air and establish jump-in mix-ups as well. Anything on hit can combo into down 2 trait and juggle into another forward 2-3 to repeat this process as long as you have the bar. Mid-screen you can get similar setup, but the demand for the tendril swing becomes a little bit more prominent if your opponent starts a tech roll. Keep chasing down their retreat as they stand, and you can condition them to fear your mix-up options when the beta bomb connects. Definitely one of the trickier characters to learn in Injustice, but not without reward if your mix-ups are on point. Brainiac can control the sky or dominate the ground with the tendril range he can establish. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Brainiac wins.